Hi guys, welcome to my mom's channel, which is My Life After Retirement. I'm Sandi, her son, and today I'm gonna take it over and ask her a few questions about work and retirement. So, my idea for this whole thing was, I think we're both at very interesting ages where, I'm old enough now to where I can relate to you more as just a normal person,
Yes.
not as just the superhuman being or figure that is your mom.
That
and
fizzled
vice versa.
fizzled with time, yeah? I'm
Yeah.
no longer the superhero.
Well, I mean,
Superhero.
it's almost more super now, but now I can almost view you as more of a person or a human being.
Yeah.
And I'm sure even you can see now I've grown to more, you can relate or speak to me more as a person. I mean, I don't think it'll ever be totally, I'll ever just be another person, I'll always be a child.
Yes.
But I think for me, that was the idea of this conversation.
Yeah.
Was that, we're just at an interesting place in our ages. It's a
Yeah.
place that you work very hard
Yeah.
for as a parent.
Camera,
Yeah.
steady.
Keep touching the table.
Yes.
It's a place you work very hard for as a parent, and I thought,
Yeah.
as when you reach this age, you can actually talk to your parent, and your parent can talk to you like a normal person.
Yeah. It's no longer. Yes. Stop that.
Exactly.
Do this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I know this page or this channel is
Yeah.
about your life after retirement.
Yes.
But I want to start a little bit with when you first started working, because I know you started working quite early,
I started.
and it was a very different time back then.
Very different times. I started working at the age of 19.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that I would be like that. That should be that is the time when I actually left home.
Mm-hmm.
I would only go home on holidays or something, but I left home at 19. I started working at 19. That is before I went to university.
Mm.
Yes.
So you were working before you went to university.
Yes.
What were you doing?
It should have been a gap year, but
Mhm.
it wasn't a gap year actually. I worked. I worked in libraries,
Mm.
and then I went to university. Yes. So actually I started working for labor
Whoa,
department,
really?
hiring people.
Really?
Yes, at the age of 19. And then when I was working for labor, we were hiring people.
Mm.
Mostly I would say maybe, are they called? I think they are called industrial workers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in other words, non-professionals.
And this was before varsity.
Before varsity, non-professionals. When I was there,
Mm.
I was admitted to go and do nursing.
Mm. Really? I didn't know you were admitted for nursing before. Have you told me this before?
There are so many things that our children don't know about ourselves. Yes, I was admitted to go and do nursing.
Mm.
My friend and I, she comes from Northeast as well. We were admitted at the same time.
Yeah.
I panicked. And my
Why
friend,
did you panic? You didn't want to be a nurse?
I was really not a nurse. All I was thinking of is dead people, is very sick people. I'm actually scared of hospitals. I was really afraid of just seeing people that are really sick and everything. And actually my sister, Bobby, she dragged me to my mother's. She was a nurse herself, she loved it.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, she loved it and be like, she's saying she's going to be doing and studying things like libraries. She's now saying she's going to work in a library and go and study. Compare that with nursing. And surprisingly, I thought everybody was going to drag me. My mother said, she is not a nurse. She cannot do nursing. She knew me better. So she saved me. I could not do that.
So for me, it was, I go back to when you started working, because I compare my adult life to maybe the stories you've told me about your adult life. And
Yeah.
You were living alone and working, and
Yeah,
by what age were you living alone, working and fully independent?
19.
By 19, you never went back to live with your parents again after the age of 19?
No. I only went home like everybody else, like we do now. Yeah, on
So
holidays.
then you went to varsity, finished, and then you went back to your. So you studied library studies.
Yes,
in
that's what I.
varsity.
Yes, that's what I started.
Mm.
Yes.
And then By the time you were done, was that the same job that was waiting for you?
Yes. Yeah, it changed with time, but that's what I was doing.
At that time, because nowadays I know people who have very prestigious degrees
Yeah.
and are working, but still can barely pay their rent, can barely pay for their children's school fees. So I wonder what's changed over the years. Not expecting that you would have the answers. I mean, I'm sure you can appreciate that things have changed a little bit
Yeah.
for the graduates.
It has changed so much. Because like I said, jobs were everywhere. And for me, I got married very young. Shortly after university, I got married.
Yeah.
I moved to Swaziland. And within 3 months, I started a new job in Swaziland because there were jobs everywhere also. Because by that time, I was already a citizen there.
Oh, you're already a citizen of Swaziland.
Yeah, well, those things were, I was married.
Yeah.
Yeah, pure dad. So, yeah, things were easy everywhere. It wasn't only here. The jobs were everywhere. So I worked. Now, I've never seen so many people actually opening businesses. I've never seen so many people on the streets. I mean, it's crazy. I don't remember a time where there was somebody who was not working because who was not working because there was no job. So many people actually worked with Form 5, not even A levels or anything. They had jobs. So things were different there. And now things are, have really changed.
Yeah.
And actually, I would also even say people now seem much more educated, yet they don't have jobs. That time you didn't need huge education qualifications or even intellectual capacity.
Yeah.
I think also at the time was limited by what you had around you. Yeah. They went, I remember there was only one English medium school, so, and only very, very rich
What was
people.
the English medium school?
I think it's Stonehill. That's the only one that I knew about.
Okay, no, that's
I don't know whether in Francistown, John Mackenzie was there. So, everybody just worked. Right now, things have changed so much. I don't recognize it. At the same time, I'm very happy that I'm at a stage where, the world is also leveling up now. That time when you were here and that is it. You are, what do you call, there's a middle class, and the top of middle class is what?
Yeah, there's middle class, upper middle class, high class.
Yeah, high class and upper middle class, or even I mean, when you were there really, because opportunities also, much as there were jobs everywhere, we tended to be like, when you are there, you stay there. When you are here, you just stay here, because it wasn't the opportunity. In other words, the globe was smaller. Yes. Now, it was bigger. The globe was bigger. Now it's smaller. Now I can talk to somebody anywhere in the corner of this world. I can even, you see opportunities. Things I wanted to do, I didn't do. For instance, I think things I want to do, they are investigative in nature. I would have possibly liked to have done, for instance, journalism. I would have even maybe wanted to be an FBI.
An FBI agent.
An FBI agent.
Yeah.
Or a lawyer, especially what do they call it? The ones that crime. I think there's a word for it.
Yeah, for crime investigation or criminal lawyer.
Criminal lawyer.
Right.
I could have been criminal lawyer. I think I would. Those are the kind of things I wanted. I'm shaking this now. He's shaking this camera. Yeah.
Yeah, that actually brings us to, I think, maybe an interesting thing that I wanted to ask. Because, I mean, you worked for many decades, put 2 children through very expensive schools.
Yeah, actually.
children who were, able to live very privileged lives.
Yeah, people could even think maybe they thief or something. Because I really still don't know how I did it.
To this day, right?
Yeah,
where did the
because
money
I
come
basically
from?
was doing it on my own.
On your own.
Yeah, because I was married then, I wasn't.
She had to fly, so you had to pay
Your
for
sister
the air
had to
ticket.
fly, had to pay for the air ticket.
So it was a lot. I mean, I pay for my child's fees with the help of his mother. It's still not easy, but still.
Yeah.
And the school isn't even as expensive as, the
Yes.
school that, so like for me that's very. But anyway, I say that to say, after doing all of that, and you finally reach retirement, what because you would like to look at retirement as restful, but also a reward of some kind. Like, what would you like to do in your retirement? I mean, you weren't able to have those opportunities to become maybe an investigative journalist or criminal lawyer. Is there anything that you would like to do with this portion of your life that you call retirement?
There are so many things I would have wanted to do. At the same time, if I had what do they call this? If wishes were horses, I will use that one. I would do a lot of things actually, like see what else is in the world and actually document that. Yes, I'm interested in actually seeing how people live. I heard that there are even black people in India. There's actually a community. I can't even remember which part of India, but I read that I was surprised. So it's those things that I don't know about that I would like. Because for me, my life broadened. My world broadened a little bit over time, because my education, really, I think I was uneducated when I was still at schools, whether it was a tertiary or actually lower levels. I don't think I had much education. Now I actually do have education that I got from the streets. Yeah, my life actually taught me things. So there are so many things I would have liked to do, including that one, of actually just go out there and see things, and also become my own journalist. Find a way of actually becoming a journalist and put a lot of other things. Because my interest, like everybody knows, nobody loves Africa more than I do. Because for me, I'm not confined to just maybe the love of my country that this is. I like it broadly, maybe because I like so much the potential of black people. I know when I speak like this now, it's like I'm moving over to the other channel for the other channel. But I would love to do that. I would love people to see us with differently, and also for me to see things out there. A lot of, I think everybody likes to travel. So I hope actually somebody up there in the sky is hearing that. I would do the whole globe looking for stories.
It's funny you say that, because I'm noticing that a lot of those things are a lot of things that I'm very interested in myself.
Yes, it's my genes.
As I get older, I realize that I'm very interested in stories.
Yeah.
And then maybe stories that we have around us that would be interesting to people who are not from here.
Yeah.
Like subcultures, I helped with that thing that we shot for with the Morocco, and it's becoming international sensation. People watching it everywhere now. So I think that gave me an appetite and woke up something else probably still in me. To know that I want to tell stories and I want to go and find interesting things that are out there and use my camera to actually tell that story, bring it back home, turn it into something and sell it to the world. So
Yes,
maybe
somebody who is listening that they will make it possible for both of us. I'm looking at the sky. They used to say go to the sky, but of course now I know.
I think nowadays we can make it happen for ourselves.
Now I
think things are more possible now. We're less scared. We can find stories.
We are less scared. Yes, we are less scared that this kind of things can happen because, for me, I also have a very active imagination. So I really imagine this world. Even some of these things I create in my own head. So yes, that would be the last part of my life.
Yeah, so I think it was important. It was ironic that you said when you start to talk about your love for African people, it starts to sound like you're talking about your other channel, African Succeeds, because that is you pursuing your dream after retirement. It is doing things like that. It's telling the stories of African
Yes.
success stories and telling the stories of Africa. It is you being the investigative journalist that we talked about. You
Exactly.
want you to be. It's you actually making an effort to put yourself out there. So you just have to commend yourself a bit and say this. I asked you what it is you want to do with your life after retirement, and that's one of the things you are already doing.
Yes, that is one of the things I'm
Journalism about the African country.
Exactly.
So, I think people should definitely check out your other channel, African Citizens Podcast.
Oh yes.
You know, to see what progress she's making on her life after retirement, her life goals after retirement.
Yes.
And I think this is a nice interview to start off, to ask you about certain things, and then we'll come back here and update.
Yes.
We'll use this channel to go out and look for stories, deliberately look for stories. There's so many interesting things happening right around us, but like a journalist, you have to go out and find them. You have to know where to look for them.
Yes,
You
exactly.
can use this channel to just update people about how that's going, and hopefully maybe some people can even go in the comments and tell us of any interesting, unique African stories.
Exactly.
That would be, you know, worthy of being documented, and that's the type of thing we're looking for.
Yes, definitely. That and so my life after retirement.
Exactly. I'm hoping this channel is inspirational to other people who have retired, even if you haven't retired, to just know that when you're done working, that's just the end of that chapter. It's the beginning of another chapter. It doesn't mean you should be at home waiting to die. You should be looking, you should be excited about the new chapter of your life. And the fact that there's lots of people out there who want to see and want to hear about whatever that chapter is and want to be part of your journey.
Yes.
To take that chapter. It's,
Exactly. That when you wake up, I want to see if there's an email that I can attend to. That perhaps I need to respond to, or there are things that I missed. I mean, the world is so big. I mean, so big at the same time.
it's shrunk. It's been shrunk a lot. But
It's shrunk a lot.
and for me, that's what's exciting. It's, you know, we're almost like introducing each other to the rest of the world. You know, we're almost meeting like our cousins from. You know, I have so many friends now from all over the world, and they're so
Exactly.
interested in the most mundane things, like what do we eat. Such small things are interesting.
Exactly.
And for me, there's stories in that
Yeah.
that can be told. And the whole world is your audience now, which is why I really enjoy this idea of having a channel and having a platform to really tell your own stories.
Yes.
And you know, one thing we need in this country is YouTube monetization. There's no reason why we can't monetize our YouTube views here. You know?
Exactly.
The next person who wants to be elected in Botswana needs to address that, because if the government come to employ us, allow us to employ ourselves. A lot of
Exactly.
children all over the planet are making a full living by telling their stories online.
Oh
And they're
yes.
getting paid for it. What is the reason that we can't do that? Okay, maybe that's a conversation for
Yes.
another
Maybe
day.
that's a conversation for another time, but it is really important. Yeah, it is really important.
If we
Yeah.
can share our stories and get paid for it, please allow that to happen. Go
Because
and
they-
sign whatever you need to sign.
Because
So
there are
that-
no jobs, so why not actually open up
They
that
are
space?
jobs, they're just online nowadays. And
They are
we-
online
we
now.
need for those people to understand that, to move with the times. you know.
Yeah, exactly.
It's,
Move with the
it's
time.
understanding what's actually happening
Yes.
at the time that it should be happening.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think this has been a good conversation.
It has been really good.
Thank you for
Yes.
entertaining it. And
Thank
we
you.
will do a follow-up conversation
Yes.
after we've done a few more things
Yeah.
on the channel.
And as usual, we ask you to subscribe. I've been seeing more subscribers now, and I'm very happy about that. And I'm asking for anybody who is new on this channel. If you are if meeting us for the first time, please subscribe. Please make comments. They really help the channel to grow, and for us to do what you just said we want to do. And for that, thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching, guys. Thank you for coming, Mom.
Yes.
Like, subscribe, and share, please. Thank you.
Yes.
Boom. And we're done.
Thank you, Sandi, for taking over my channel
Thank you.
today.